For Highwood.
Mr. Speaker, Alberta Health Services issued an air ambulance service update on March 15, 2018, stating it will base one plane in Peace River on the tarmac exposed to the elements of Alberta's weather because the successful proponent did not have a hangar, with a second plane based out of Grande Prairie to service this region. This was followed up by an assertion by AHS March 16, stating this was an improvement in patient care. My question to the Minister of Health, can she explain how one plane stationed in the Peace River Airport tarmac is equivalent to the levels of service that was provided by the previous supplier, that being two planes stationed in a fully serviced hangar?
Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And certainly the hope of AHS is that the provider will be able to secure space for both planes in a hangar in Peace River. I understand that there are some details that are before the courts right now at this time, but I can assure all Albertans that the plane that is in Peace River is the plane that responds to all emergency calls. The plane that is in Grande Prairie is the one that goes out for scheduled calls, but that the direction has also been given that if the emergency plane is away and the scheduled one is not on another call, that it be moved to Peace River as well to ensure that there's always one in Peace River available to respond to those emergency calls, Mr.
For supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, given the preferred proponent still does not have hangar facilities at the Peace River Airport, why didn't AHS simply extend the current service provider contract, which would have ensured a higher level of service, while AHS continues to inappropriately do all it can to resolve the problem for a proponent it should not have selected in the first place?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, you know, it's really interesting, Mr. Speaker. Some days the members opposite ask for fair and open and transparent bid processes, and other days they don't. So, Mr. Speaker, what is happening right now is that there is a review before the courts. There was a bid process, and of course, my expectation is that all Albertans have confidence that they're getting a high level of care. I've made it very clear that we need to have air ambulance in Peace River, and that's why, Mr. Speaker, even though it can't be in a hangar, it's on the tarmac. I'm grateful that this is making its way through the courts and that we'll be able to hopefully come to a decision soon.
Second supplementary.
Well, Mr. Speaker, given the preferred proponent still has insufficient facilities at Peace River Airport, and just recently, given the aircraft being improperly stored without proper facilities to date, just 2 weekends ago, their airport was stuck in the mud and could not leave with a patient for 2.5 hours after dispatch. Can the minister agree that this is a reduction in service? If not, how so?
Honourable Minister.
Well, I certainly will agree to look at the details of the assertions that were just made, because we've seen on more than one occasion when members opposite throw mud in this place, and then when we look into the details, they're not exactly factual. So I will guarantee that I will look into the situation that the member just asserted occurred, and I will be happy to address that with him at a further date. Thank you.